So, you want to know how to debunk outerversal Goku in less than 10 seconds. Okay, this is very easy to do. If Goku is outerversal, then he is more than 3-dimensional, which means he would perceive all 3-dimensional objects as a flat 2D panel that is unmoving from their birth to the very end of their existence. There you go, an entire generation of Dragon Ball scalers debunked in less than 10 seconds.
They call me a hero, but today I'm a villain. And I'll do your little ass like freezing and Krillin. Wreck your funny looking ass in front of all of your friends. Let the wish you back to life so I can do it again.
Come on, we all know that Dragon Ball power scalers have never read a physics book in their entire life. They've never taken a physics course. They don't know anything about physics or science, but they want to talk about it like they do, which is fine. Like, you're allowed to go spread your opinion even though you're revising physics now. Like, revising math isn't bad enough. Changing the kanji and text isn't bad enough. Now you're doing it with physics too? I mean, okay, if that's what you want to do, but you know you look really, really dumb to anybody who has even a basic education in physics and science, right? Because that's not how dimensionality works in string theory or even Brane theory as well. So if Goku were more than 3-dimensional, he wouldn't see a 3D image of somebody he's fighting. He wouldn't be able to move up, down, left, right, back and forth. He would perceive all of the directions at the same time, as if his entire eye could see in every single direction possible, and even the ones that don't exist in the 3rd dimension, seeing into the 4th dimension, and even beyond that, into the 10th dimension and more, which is what the definition of outerversal means now. Apparently, it's way beyond geometric dimensionality. So this doesn't make any sense because Goku fights in a linear action from start to finish. He performs actions from beginning to end, and if you're a 4th dimensional or above entity, you don't start and finish. You do all that at the same time, in the same Planck moment in time. Goku goes from beginning to end. He fights and he struggles and he improves over time. If you're a 10th dimensional entity, you don't have to improve. You already are. You always were and always will be whatever you are. So there is no training, there is no getting better for a higher dimensional entity like that. When higher dimensional entities have to interact with lower dimensional entities, they have to lower their consciousness to a level and split off a section of their consciousness and lower that to a 3rd dimensional aspect so they can interact with the 3rd dimension, or at best the 4th dimension. Goku doesn't do that. Goku doesn't exist on a higher plane, and what we're seeing in the cartoon and the animes and the manga is not like a lower aspect rendition of whatever Prime Goku is. Now, if Goku were a 4th and 5th dimensional object in the 3rd dimension, nobody would be able to perceive him. So like Chi-Chi and Bulma and regular human beings wouldn't be able to look at Goku because he would be an amorphous blob of such an insane nightmare fuel looking thing. You wouldn't be able to understand it. It would look like a blob of geometry that doesn't make any sense, and it's constantly shifting in and out of the 3rd dimension. Goku, of course, doesn't do that. Nobody does that. But again, this is how real science and real dimensionality works, but the power scalers don't care about that. They are just here to say whatever they want and get whatever point they want to cross to as many people as possible to get those views and those donations. They have no clue what they're talking about when it comes to physics and science. So if Goku were 4th or 5th dimensional and somebody in the 3rd dimension were looking at him, you would see the most horrifying image imaginable. Actually, it would be worse than what you could imagine because your 3D brain can't even imagine what that is and can't cope with a higher dimension of what Goku is. So your brain wouldn't know how to interpret what it's even looking at. It would be the most horrifying thing possible, even worse. So Goku, of course, doesn't do that. He fights from start to finish. And again, when Goku is fighting somebody else, he's losing stamina, he gets beat up, he sustains damage over time, and you can see that things like Hit's time skip stops him, and time stops stop him completely. That wouldn't be a thing if you were 4th dimensional. There's no stopping anything like that if you're a higher dimensional entity. You perceive all moments in time at the same time, and also you would see the lower dimensional abstract entities like Goku in the 3rd dimension. Like if you were 5th dimensional, let's say, you would see him as like a CAT scan of slivers of moments of his life from the moment he started to exist to the very end of his existence in time. Goku doesn't perceive anybody like that because he struggles from start to finish, he sustains damage, he goes to sleep, he eats, he progresses from here to now, from A, they call it A to B linearity, and if you're a higher dimensional entity, then you don't have A to B linearity in time. You see all the moments in time, no matter what the lower dimensional is looking like. And again, if you're a higher dimensional entity, there is no 3D space for you above there. It's so much more complex than 3D that our brains can't even wrap our heads around it and understand it. So you would perceive them, you would perceive the 3D entities as flat playing cards and flat MRI scans from the moment they existed, in every moment in Goku's life, from when he's a child to when he first learned how to be Super Saiyan, to Super Saiyan 3, to Red God, to Blue God, to his death and non-existence. That's how Goku would be perceiving literally everybody below him in the third dimension. So saying that Goku is more than three-dimensional is actually crazy, and it's proof that you don't know what you're talking about and you're making up things to sound fantastical, and you really need to just take a breath and step back and stop exaggerating Goku to extreme levels. Also, I just wanted to point out that this scan here in the Daizenshu that says that the other world transcends the lower mortal realm doesn't mean that it transcends in dimensionality. This kanji and this word means above. So in the Dragon Ball universe, the North Galaxy is literally above the South Galaxy. And in between them, on left and right sides of the universe, are South and East Galaxy. So the North Galaxy transcends the South Galaxy. And then there's a border with the other world, and the other world is right above that. So the word transcend here means above. It doesn't mean dimensionality transcending or anything like that. I don't know where scalers are getting this from. Again, you have Google, you have DeepL, you can go look up what these kanjis mean. And I encourage you to do that. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to them. Go do your own research and find out what these kanji words actually mean in Japanese, and look for the context. We even have a map here that shows us that the South Galaxy is below the North Galaxy. So the North Galaxy transcends the South Galaxy, and the other world transcends the North Galaxy. The other world is literally above the mortal realm. It doesn't mean dimensionality transcending. It just means literally above it.